So the Grizzlies are not happy with the Dillon Brooks report that Shams Charania put out, and Dillon Brooks's camp is saying it's not from them, and the Grizzlies are saying it's not from them either. And this is coming from Tim McMahon. Quote, "I hate speculating about someone else's sources, but I can tell you the Grizzlies did not want the messaging out there of basically, quote, Dillon Brooks is the scapegoat. We're dumping Dillon Brooks and everything's going to be fine," end quote. And another quote from DeMichael Cole. Quote, "Dillon Brooks' agent sounds off on the Shams Charania report from yesterday. Doesn't sound like DB's camp was thrilled with that report. I would imagine the Grizzlies weren't either. So this is a tricky situation where it sounds like neither side was the primary source of information." I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about this? As you guys know, I'm a journalist myself. I'm a reporter in a small news station out in Topeka, Kansas. I think we're the 142nd TV market. I'm moving to Miami in August, thank God. And what I know is sports journalism, as I cover like local news and like State House and Capitol, State House reporting. What I've learned is the ethics in sports journalism is completely different than the ethics in like the journalism I do. Like I got to cover both sides. I got to get vetted sources, and I gotta get approval in here. Like in sports, they let you just run anything, okay? And this is talking about like in the national media side wise, because even like the sport reporters at my place, they're pretty good with their sources, okay? And for like, I'm going to the draft combine, and part of the reason why I'm going to the draft combine for the NBA in 2 weeks is networking. And obviously I love doing the draft, so it's an honor to see like to be able to scout these players firsthand for the first time in my life instead of watching film. But Dillon Brooks right here, this is a PR nightmare. As someone who's gone through, some of my journalism classes are stratcom classes. First off, the one person said, I think it was a Sean Devaney quote from heavy.com from a conversation he had with an executive. If this report was true, if we don't know if it's true or not, they basically said, "Oh, Dillon Brooks, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out," is basically what that report from Shams Charania is basically insinuating. And it's kind of shocking because it makes the Grizzlies look like assholes, and as if it's just doesn't make them look like they're a good front office. It's kind of a very rude thing to do. And from Dillon Brooks' side, it looks bad because it diminishes his value. It makes him look like he's a locker room cancer. It makes him look like he's the scapegoat, somebody to be blamed. So I personally, I see the validity in where this is coming from. And that goes back to what I'm saying about the sources. Because, again, do I like Shams Charania and all these guys? Yeah, because, again, I try to make all my videos with a source. You guys know that. I literally throw the source at the beginning of the video, screenshot of it. It's in the description, the information I put in these videos, okay? I always try to find a source. I always try to, unless it's like something that I'm doing, like, my predictions and something that there isn't a source because it's coming from my brain, and I'm just using information that's made publicly available. But here, there isn't, and I'm not going to speak for Shams, obviously, because I don't know Shams. I'm just a YouTuber with like a little over 10,000 subscribers, okay? But what I'm saying here is, I know he was a guy who started off at Real GM, and the way he started was he would just, contact everyone on the NBA's, team call list. Like I could do the same thing, like, because I'm a NBA media member now. I have access to the communications and like a lot of information if I wanted to go contact everyone on the NBA media. But the thing is it's information gets, the further away you get from the primary source, information gets diluted, in my opinion and in my experience. So for me, I just think this is a tricky situation to truly, I don't know what to believe. I've said I like Dillon Brooks. Okay, I would want him on my team. I think he's a good basketball player. He's the psycho you want. He's a defensive guy. So, and he's literally, look at it, the first 4 seasons. Okay, the past year and a half is literally him being scapegoated, and I think is more of a mental thing. But like him going off, like his first 4 years, he was like on pace to be this like 44% field goal shooter, between 35 and 36% from 3, and did a little bit of everything. So I understand why he's pissed off.